journey from any villages I know of. Reveal myself. Take care, human. I am not something to be commanded. That's better. Unexpected, but better. Curious. You look strangely unsurprised to see Lamia. I, however, am quite surprised to see you unharmed. I see that, dear, but I assure you, human, you have nothing to fear from me. Not yet. Just look into my eyes. I don't look so dangerous, do I? That's right. And see how I slowly approach, how I wind between the trees. Of course I'm large. I'm a Lamia. But look in my eyes. I'm not intimidating, am I? It's okay. Nothing is quite what we expect. Here I am now, almost face to face with you. See how soft my hand is, like a human woman running her fingers through your hair. And see how I coil around you. So lightly, even as my skin presses against yours. But your arms are free to move. If you wanted to, you could run. You don't want to run, do you? Of course not. If now as I start to grip you, don't worry, I won't crush you. You feel strangely safe. Yes. Hypnotic. Well, thank you, little one. So tell me, human, what brings you so deep into the woods? Adventure? Curiosity? But wait, you're unarmed in these woods. Do you have a death wish? Yes, you said. You do. You're certainly in the right place for that. I'm not the only monster in the forest. You did meet her, and I'm intrigued. How did you make it past the Arachne? Nobody escapes her. Not usually, anyway. And I see the remnants of her thread across your legs. Because I find it odd that she let you go. She's known for being cruel to her prey, you know. That's why she let you go. To be cruel. No. No, it makes sense now. The thing that's radiating from you. I sensed it in the air before I even saw you. Something troubled about you. You're damaged. You look perfectly intact to me, human. Hungry, perhaps, like you haven't eaten in a week, but intact. Well, how are you damaged then? Let me see. No, not this side. Not here either. You see no damage to your head, little one. What do you... I don't believe I've ever been so curious about a human. Because you're kind, are usually so simple, so single-minded, so shamelessly self-absorbed. You agree? Yes, I know what your people are like, all too well. So, an outcast. I ran away then. Oh, yes. I do know what isolation is like. Most Lamia do know, since your people started gobbling up our wants. We used to live in villages ourselves. I remember when I was small, living with a group near the place I live now. The humans raised the woods around it. I'm sure you can figure out what happens next. Why on earth would you leave the safety of your home? I'm listening. Now that sounds quite clever. A boar trap. Interesting. I said, what? Why? That's stupid and self-defeating. That's how humans treat their own too. Is that what makes you think you're a damaged little one? No. No, you don't deserve to be punished. Not by them or me. Of course not. Absolutely not. What an awful thing to say. especially about yourself. So that's what they've told you. That's what brought you here, little one. Let me be clear then. I have no intention of killing you. I have even less interest in eating you. I have something better in store for you. If you're willing to follow me. Follow me, and I will teach you things. Or you can leave and take your chances with whoever else lives in these woods. There, kitsunes, further along the path. They're said to be quite gentle with their humans, for the most part, but more possessive, and they can't offer you what I can. Why come with me? Like I said, I will teach you things that will benefit you in the long term. I know you have no reason to trust me, but I can promise you, what I have to offer is better than death. You're going to have to give yourself over to me, however, at least at first. But it must be your choice to do so. Follow and obey me, and I will show you a secret you cannot yet imagine. You don't have to call me mistress, little one. No apologies, little one. In fact, you deserve a reward for being so enthusiastic. Do you feel my coils wrap you again? How finely I control them. How my body ripples over yours, starting with your hands pressed against your sides. How the pressure of my coils rolls up and down your arms, your torso, your legs. You don't have to be afraid anymore, Pat, of them or me. Come here. Put your head against my shoulder. Yeah, you may put your arms around me too. But it would be crueler than the Arachne if I didn't. Because you're unlike any of the other humans I've ever met. And I want to understand more about why. Now, your first instruction. Whenever I bring you out for a walk, you will keep your hand in mine, especially when we go out into the woods. This is for your own protection as much as anything else. It lets other creatures know who you belong to. That's good. That's very good, little one. That's exactly where I want you. Pet, you must also pay attention to these words, whether we're talking or not. It's important that you learn to be attuned to them. You're going to be going out into them again sooner than you may think. I intend for you to be able to know this forest like I do. Now pay attention to what you see around you. The trees and thickets along our path will tell you where you are. They will keep you from getting lost when I'm not with you. You'll be ready. We're going to make sure you don't get lost. Ever again. No, Pat, I was just talking to myself. Here we are. Home, little one. It may be warmer than a regular human dwelling, but it's still a bit cold. Lamia standards. You're comfortable. Good. Good. Now light the lantern and I'll show you the interior. The fire's here toward the mouth of the cave, but far enough inside that even the worst of storms have yet to reach it. See? Right here. It's burned down to coals, but we're going to want it to get hotter when we cook our dinner. The firewood is over there. Another armful. Yeah, we need more wood. Yes, that'll be enough. No, you're correct. You will need to build your strength, but that will come over time. And sooner than you think. Exactly. One pace at a time. And yes, go right ahead with some kindling beneath the first ones. There's plenty of that. I'll get the cooking pot set up. Some boar, vegetables, water. Of course I'm using the buns too, Pat. That makes the best soup. It will take a while, of course. For tonight I will have some boar jerky I learned to make from the kitsune. Over there in my pantry jars. Yes, there. You must be starving. Take a piece and bring the rest here. One piece for now, no more. Don't worry, you won't be hungry much longer. Good. Now come here and lay on my coils like a sleeping mat while I take a piece. There you go. Now you take a bite. I broke it from mine, yes. Because I'm feeding you, silly pet. There you go. There's another one. You look so cute like that. Pet. Lying in my lap, so content. Dare I say, happy. Glad. Now let's talk about you and me. First of all, I don't expect you to call me mistress or anything like that. That's perfect, Pat. Well done. I do, however, expect you to follow my instructions while you're here. You will not be a slave, but you will need to heed me as you learn to work alongside me. Here, another piece. There may be other things I ask you to do, but there will be always a reason for them. And for the most important ones, they will never be without your consent. There you go. It is good jerky, isn't it? Slight was just the right amount of spice. So then, do you trust me, pet? Good. There will be things I teach you and test you over. Some will be obvious things you need to know to survive. Others may not be as obvious at first. I don't mean to be mysterious. I promise you, at the end of this journey, you'll understand everything we're doing. Good. Very good. Does it feel good when I stroke your hair like that, little one? I enjoy too how it feels, running your hair between my fingers. I know you're exhausted, pet, but it's not quite time to go to sleep yet. Soon though. Come, there's another part of the cave I want to show you. We're here. See, the hot spring. This is where I like to come sometimes, when I need to relax. The water feels so good and warm. tip your hand and say, "Isn't it though? I'm going to bathe right now, as a matter of fact. You're welcome to join me if you like. I think you will find it quite enjoyable." Oh, Pat, you're positively adorable when you blush. Is that modesty? It's alright, little one. Turn my back while you're in the springs with me. I will have to insist on throwing a coil around your waist, though. I've never seen anything in these caves that could threaten you, but if we should be caught by surprise, I want to be able to snatch you away to safety immediately. Of course I would save you, but why wouldn't I? There you go. Water is just the right temperature, don't you think? Exactly. When we're done here, we'll return to our sleeping mat at the fire, warmed and refreshed, and ready for a good night's rest. That's something I should discuss with you. Being in Lamia, I struggle to retain heat at night, especially in the cold months. If I'm by myself, that is. Catch on fast, little one. And you flatter me. It's rare for anyone or anything, animal or human, to be so enthusiastic about having me coil them. I am pleased, but I want to be certain that you... Thank you. It's very sweet of you to say. I know what you mean, but it would be easy to fall asleep like this. And you've had a rough few days, haven't you? If you like, I can make a place for you to lay in my coils. I wouldn't be able to have my back to you, however. Oh, I thank you, but it flatters me to see how much you already trust